Alright, here we're back. Now I've totally screwed up the plan on purpose. And so I just had us go right to the threshold, which takes out the TOD. And so let me go back to the flight plan. Route. Let's go ahead and put in it again. Hit execute. Make sure I'm on heading select. Good. I'm going. Alright, so now let's go runway 27. Burpy, burpy. There's no TOD. I need to put in GUCEL. Oh, now comes in the TOD. Oh, that's really interesting. Let's go ahead and clear out GUCEL. Oh, the TOD stayed there. Wow. Interesting. So the TOD was gone. Then I put in a waypoint in front of the flight plan discontinuity, and the TOD reappeared. And then I did away with it, and then away it goes. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get down to 3,000 feet. The TOD is starting to move. Isn't that interesting? Alright, let's just say we get the clearance to go down to 2,500 feet. Let's go ahead and activate. It's interesting how the TOD moved. Usually it doesn't move. It moved this time. My guess is that's the difference between the 2,500 and the 1,500. It thinks it can do. Because watch, when I move the ALT SEL, see it move up. If I come back, it's going to need a little bit more time. Interesting. Let's get it down to 1,500 feet. The TOD's gone. I'm actually okay with that. Okay, Silver Wings 9010, cross BURPY at or above 1,500 feet, clear for the RNAV. Approach runway 27. We're going to cross BURPY at or above 1,500, clear for the RNAV, runway 27 approach. Silver Wings 9010. BURPY, execute, LNAV, should be making the turn. So I should be able to hit VNAV right now, right? I have no magenta box anymore. No magenta box. I did away with the TOD. We've never crossed the TOD. So Let me go ahead and see if I can hit VNAV right now. No. So Alt star comes up. Isn't it interesting how it's just kind of hanging out at 1560? It knows we're below. For some reason it knows. I hit VNAV. Nothing. I can hit VNAV as many times as I want. Nothing's going to happen. But let me put it at 1,000 feet. Hit VNAV. Nope, still didn't happen. Maybe I need to pass BURPY for it to happen. Okay. Nothing happens yet. We'll see if I have to pass BURPY. Alright, we're past BURPY. Let's see if I can put on VNAV now. There's VNAV path, but the first constraint of 500 feet is not showing. It's armed via P. We're 10 miles out. We go ahead and get our first notch of flaps in. Well, at least we're not climbing. There is no magenta box here. So we've done our best to screw it up. You can see it's actually climbing. Look at that. Okay, VFP armed, and so I would expect, because we've been hitting the crap out of the VNAV button, that as soon as we pass KEYW, it's gonna go. Let's go ahead and put down Landing gear. We're 4.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1. And there it is. VFP is, and there's the magenta. And now we go and put this to the missed approach, which is what? (2,400 feet). I was almost there. Server wings 9010. Winds are 360 at 7. Cleared to land runway 27. Cleared to land runway 27. Silver wings and 9010. Well, I'm curious if I just left it at 1500 this time and didn't go below.
500.
We'll have to do that the next time, the next video. Wow, I got one more in me. But we're getting blown over pretty good.
One don't sink. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Right
10.
now. Yes, sir. All right, so that was interesting. Learned a little bit there. Now I want to keep it at 1500 and not mess with it. So let's see what that does. All right, we're back in the air again. Round 2. I totally screwed up the flight plan again on purpose. I went ahead and went direct to the threshold. It takes out my TO. So you lose the TO. We're almost at our cruise altitude. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to put in the route again. Okay, there we go. TO still out. Okay, so RNAV 27, execute. Alright, and remember last time, when we put a waypoint after, well, in front of the discontinuity, it gave us the TO line again. Yeah. We're not going to do that this time. I don't want to see the TO line. I really don't. Although we could do it. Actually, you know what? For this, let's put it up. Okay, there it is in front. The TOD comes up. Okay. Interesting how it comes up directly in between GUCEL and BURPY. Isn't that interesting? And so that's the TOD from 5,000 feet to 1,500. That's how long it feels that it's going to need to go from there to there, from 5,000 feet to 1,500. And if I move the altitude selector, that TOD should move. If I move the altitude selector down to 3,000 feet, that TOD might be inside of BURPY. But I can't hit the VNAV at this point. Just can't do it. Because we're in front of the TOD. Won't go. But what we can do, from a lateral sense, let's say we're cleared. Let's say we're cleared to BURPY at or above 1,500 feet, cleared for the RNAV 27 approach. Cleared direct to BURPY at or above 1,500 feet. Clear for the RNAV 27 approach. Silver wings 90, 10. Direct. BURPY. Hit it. LNAV. TOD is still there. TOD's not moving. Now it moved. It's the first time I've seen it move. After takeoff, let's clean it all up. We're good. All right, let's go ahead and let's get down to 1,500 feet. So the TOD's gone. Okay, so we're crossing burpee at or above 1,500 feet. And we have set our final approach fix right here at 1,500 feet. But I can't hit VNAV. It's not going to work. So I'm not going to lower. I'm not going to lower us. Because last time we did it, I put it at 500 feet. Just so maybe we'd get a VNAV path or something. But if I hit VNAV, I mean, there's really nowhere to go, right? I mean, the computer's like, you've said 1,500. We're at 1,500. There's really nothing for me to do. And besides, we haven't passed the TOD yet. See, I hit VNAV, it doesn't do anything. Let me arm the approach VFP. It's interesting how the engines are showing. In the yellow, everything looks somewhat good. Temps look fairly normal. Everything looks good. Okay, so 2 miles from KC. Let me go ahead and lower our speed here. Let's go ahead and get. Yeah. So I had to activate, and then I took it off right away. Isn't that interesting? Let's go ahead and get first notch flaps to 180 in this. Here we are. We're going to be coming up on 2.2. So we have no box of magenta here. 2. Now, okay, here's VFP. We have the lateral magenta box, but not the vertical. But I pushed the crap out of VNAV. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do anything with the VNAV. We've already pushed it. And then I'm not going to lower the 1,500. I'm going to keep it at 1,500. Key C, we're putting down the landing gear. Here we go. By the time we get there, our landing gear should be down. Green. Green. And because we never got past the TOD, our checklist never came. All right, here we go. VFP takes over at the final approach fix. And so I could put this up to 2,400 feet for the missed approach. No sweat. And this will take us all the way down. And we land, and we do everything like we're supposed to. Got it? Wow. So we didn't have to move the altitude selector below 1,500 feet. If we just kept it at the final approach fix altitude, it would still work. We just manually got down there to 1,500 feet. Okay, so we can go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go run another approach. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and go back to marathon, take off, and come back. All right, so we're back at it. Here we are. 5,000 feet. I'm gonna put in cruise, and here we are. We're directed GUCEL, but what I want to do is I'm gonna go direct to BURPY, and then we're gonna get the clearance to go just prior to BURPY, and then we'll just go with the TOD. We'll do VNAV once we cross the TOD. You'll see how it works. So let's go there now. You say, well, let's go back really quick. I want to see the discontinuity from GUCEL to, let me close that actually. All right, now we have the continuous line. And we're going to stay at 5,000. But as I get to TOD, I need to put it down to 1,500. But we're going to wait until we get there. And it's going to be abrupt, man. It's going to be abrupt. Wow, look at our speed. I think just likes to run up, doesn't it? That's the thing, man. The 42 is 42,600, man. It's a little quicker. It's a little quicker than the other one. P01. Alright, so we're on our way to BURPY. So we've been cleared direct to Burpee, but we haven't gotten any clearances yet. Actually, we're just flying the lateral that we've been cleared for. Let's just call it that way. Oh, here's the box. So the magenta just showed up. About 8 miles from it. It's a little further than I thought. Alright, let's go ahead and put our... You notice the TOD is not moving. So we're going to put it down to 1,500 feet. So let's say we get this Silver Wings 9010 cross Burpee at or above 1,500 feet, clear for the RNAV, approach runway 27. Cross Burpee at or above 1,500, clear for the RNAV, approach runway 27, Silver Wings 9010. Okay. So we've got the clearance. He didn't say rush right down. He just said, look, you're clear for the approach. Laterally, fly it the way you're supposed to. Vertically, the clearance was, hey, you just need to cross Burpee at or above 1,500. And of course, we know 1,500 is our constraint for KEYW as well. So we're going to wait to cross the TOD, then we're going to hit the VNAV. We're already down to 1,500, our final approach fix. So we're going to wait. Here we go. I'm going to hit VNAV, and there it is. There's the path. A little aggressive. Let's get our speed down. Let's go ahead and arm the approach. So that's VFP, vertical flight profile. It's now armed. We want to get it to about 185. 180, excuse me, 175, 170. Okay, so we have perf is good. I mean, selected. I think once we arm the approach, that's when it happened. Pretty simple, isn't it? If it works. And if you have the TOD, that's the key, right? Gotta have the TOD. Okay, let's get our first notch of flaps down. Power management to TO. How far are we? We're about 7.5. It's about 4 from KEYW, so it's about 7. Now, I'm not going to move it from 1,500 feet. VFP should engage in 0.1 miles. There it is. It's engaged. So that's 2 miles in front of our final approach fix. VFP goes green. Now it's solid. So now we're on VFP. I'm going to now put it down to gear. You can see 1500 right here. Cabin crew, landing gears 3 green. Flaps, we're working on it. Power 2 for takeoff. TLU low speed is on. Angle of attack, icing light off. External lights, let's get on our, good. External lights are good. The only thing that's missing is our flaps. Okay, we're past it, and now here we go, 1500 feet. We never had to lower it. We just, I mean, it's that simple if we can get that clearance. And so this is a particular type of approach. Go ahead and get down. I'll show it to you. We have no step downs. So this is strictly, okay, you got one 11 miles away, a waypoint, and then bam, you hit your final approach fix. There's no step down whatsoever. And so we just dial in our final approach fix. And it tells us the TOD, and away we go. That worked pretty good. Let's go full flaps. I'm just trying to think of the another scenario. We were already, I mean, if you're coming in at 1500 feet, you can't quite, and you cross the TOD at 1500 feet, you can't really, that'd be the other thing. Wow, look how far we're off.
Minimum. Minimum.
I mean, we're really off.
200. 100.
A little tailwind.
40, 30, 20, 10.
All right, so that was the vanilla case, right? That was the vanilla case. And I think the one that I would want to see is if we're already down to 1500 and we cross the TOD. Can you arm at that point? See, we were above. We were still descending. We were still descending on VS. Once we were level at 5,000 feet. We were level at 5,000 feet, and then we crossed it. Then we hit VPATH or VNAV. But prior to that, we had lowered our altitude to 1500 on the altitude selector, and then we hit VNAV, got to VPATH, and then never really had to do anything since. I could have put this up to 2,000, probably should have. If we want to, do some, do the correct things. As soon as it went to VFP, I should put it to 2,000 or 2,400, which was our missed. Excuse me, 2,400. The only other scenario that I want to see is if we're coming in at 1,500 feet. So let's do that one next. All right, we're back. Like, well, why don't you just go around and kind of continue that way? We really can't, because once you get the VFP in the window here, I can't get it to go away. Unless someone knows how to reset and get the VFP. I mean, I've changed flight plans. I've knocked everything out. I mean, I don't know how to do it. Ideally, yeah, I'd like to cut it loose at it. You know, once I know that I'm on the descent at, 800 feet, fine, let's go around. We come back around and away we go, but this is fast. It is not taking me very long to start it up and get rolling. It's actually good practice. All right, we're at 5,000 feet. We're direct. We get on a cruise. We're direct to GUCEL. Let's go ahead and clear the discontinuity. It's almost like we're direct to BURPY. So what we could do, as we noticed, so what we could do is we could put it to 1,500 feet right now and wait till we pass TOD, hit VNAV, and then arm the approach. Pretty simple. But let's say we don't get that. We get this. Servo wings 9010, descend and maintain 1,500 feet. Descend and maintain 1,500 feet, servo wings 9010. And just say that's all we get. So again, let's pull up the approach. It's the RNAV 27 into Key West. It's as basic as you get. You've got basically, I'm not coming in, I guess I am coming in through GUCEL. So I'm coming in through the initial approach fix. We have an intermediate fix, 11 miles out at 1,500. And then we have the final approach fix, sitting here at 1,500 feet. So mist is 2,400, LPV, and it's 960. Or 960, 260. Winds are hardly anything. They're coming out off the north, but 2 miles an hour, so it's like nothing. Look at the water's glass. Absolute freaking glass. Alright, we're almost at 1,500 feet. Let's go ahead and activate. box comes on. Magenta box is now on. It's coming on at like 7-8 miles. So the unique thing about this one is we're already alt green at 1500. That's it. So arming VNAV right now isn't going to do us any good. I mean, we're already there. We're already at our final approach fix height. So I would offer that even after we pass TOD, which I'll wait until we do, but when we pass TOD and I hit VNAV, I don't think anything's going to happen. I know as heck is if I press it right now, nothing's going to happen. But, you know. And so, you know, we might get something to the effect of Silver Wings 9010, cross BURPY at or above 1,500 feet, clear for the RNAV, runway 27. Okay, we're going to cross BURPY at or above 1,500 feet, clear for the RNAV 27, approach, Silver Wings 9010. So we're almost to the TOD. Notice we get no help on the procedure menus. I mean, we have to just fly through them in this scenario. Unless we do it manually. But if we do it manually, and then we cross the TOD, guess what? The descent checklist pops up again. And then we got to go through them all again anyway. I don't know if that's in real life. Okay, here we go. We're about ready to pass the TOD, and the experiment's going to begin. Okay, we're crossed. To VNAV. VPass showed up just for a second and then went back to alt because it's like, you turkey, I'm already there. The VNAV isn't going to help you. It's not going to help you. Okay. That's fine. I'll just hit approach. And now I have my VFP, my vertical flight profile, right? Or is it vertical flight path? Might be vertical flight path. Here's the descent. Awkwardly late in the game. Approach, seatbelts, landing lights, altimeters, cabin altitude, fine. We got them all. Before landing, cabin crew. There we go. Now we're waiting for the landing gear. It's not that bad. I mean, it really isn't. I mean, we know what's sitting there in those checklists. We've done pretty much everything along the way. Yeah, I mean, could have we gone in here and checked the cabin altitude? It's 500 feet. Yes. I mean, yes. There's things we could have done to be a little bit more, you know, precise. But we would have been done by now. Okay, here's our turn. Getting a little slow. Okay, let's hit the heading bug. We're still keeping it at 1500. I ain't moving it. Based off of the last approach, I ain't moving it. All right, so we're 10 miles out. I'm not going to put any flaps down right now. I mean, it's way too early. We're 4 miles out from KEYW. So I would say 3 miles out, I'll put the first notch of flaps down. 2 miles from KEYW, we should see the VFP activate. Okay, let's go ahead and put the first notch of flaps down. I like to keep the speed up high because if we're flying with a lot of jets around. Wow, that's the Navy base right there. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Key C. So now let me put the landing gear down. Sorry, I got an itch in my ear. 3 green. Lights, camera, action. Let's go one more flap. Okay, here we go. VFP is it's on its horse. So let's go to 2,400 feet for our mist. Okay, there it was, man. So when we're down to the altitude, so this is great. This is great. So when we have already put in 1,500 feet and we're sitting at 1,500 feet, VPAT isn't going to work. Makes sense. If we were at 2,000 feet and we passed TOD, I bet you would. I bet you would. It would start bringing us down to 1,500 feet. Provided we have 1,500 feet armed here, our final approach fix. And we would. Okay, flaps all the way down. Power management to TO. TLU low speed. Icing light off. External lights. They're on. What's the winds like? Coming in the north at like 4. 4 landing checklist is complete.